but I can't see anything.
Oh.
All I see is this part of his head.
My boy's face is squished.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. So the next thing we're going to want to try to start is we need to start making his chin. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So remember how we had marked earlier where his chin, where realistically our spacing for this section ended, and then we came down a little bit further for his chin. Okay. I already have those marks in. So what I want you to do now is I want you to think about right here, so between this line and this line, okay? We are only going to focus on what this line looks like. We're not going to worry about where the ear is. We're not going to worry about the neck. We are only focusing purely on this square, okay? And we're going to just make sure that we pull in this line. Now, before we do that, what I would recommend doing is I would recommend taking like the measurement of his face. So from this line to where we know the edge of his face is, and I'm going to start comparing it and seeing if I can find anything that's the same size. Oh, I think I just found something.
It's his nose the entire length, like his face.
Did you see what I just did? Okay.
Magical.
So make sure you double check it. Once I have that in, I'm going to use that measurement, fill out the book,
That's good.
to find where it's going to be here on his face, and I'm going to mark it. Okay. Do I need to do that again?
That's good. That's real good.
Okay.
I'm fine.
So we're looking at his face. We need to get this measurement in, right? Because we need to know how far away his chin line's going to be, because we can't put the chin right here. It's too close to his nose, right? So we're going to take that measurement, and we're going to use the rest of the face to find a proper measurement for us. Okay, you see what I just did? I double checked my measurements. So I'm going to use that same space to find where that line is going to start. And then, once you have a line and a line, we can start learning how to connect the dots. Okay? Does that make more sense? Okay. So go ahead and mark your spot. And then I'm going to just, over here, because I always think this is a good idea for you to do until you are more comfortable, you want to focus on tracing these lines. So you get more comfortable with where things are, what they're going to look like. And usually for me, it's just nice to see what that line will look like, instead of me just trying to pretend that I can draw a line. It's always good to trace it. So now that I have this dot and I have this dot, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to line it up against his face. And I'm going to use that pencil, slide it over, just so I know that I have that angle. Okay, so I'm going to try it again to double check it. Okay, I have the right angle, but then this angle is going to be way over here. So I'm going to put in that angle. And then I'm going to stop and double check it. So it actually comes a little further down, which is okay. I'll just go ahead and adjust. And then right there is where we will curve it over. Okay. And then once you have your line in, do yourself a favor and just double check all those angles with your pencil. Are so quiet today. It's strange. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go in, redefine that line so it matches the one that I traced. Okay?
Why does his face have to be so curvy?
His face is not that curvy. It's actually fairly straight. He has a very straight jawline because it's like pointy and then it goes straight down. Okay, same process for the other side. So we first and foremost measure, find a relative space that we know is going to work. Now watch right here, okay? This side is shorter than the other side, okay? See how it's like coming further down? So this side is going to be shorter, so it's not going to be as wide as this side. This side is smaller, okay? So I'm not going to rely on that larger measuring point. I'm actually going to rely on a much shorter measuring point. So I've marked it. I know where the bottom is going to be, and I'm just going to start putting in my lines. Double checking to make sure that the chin curves around the same length. Please remember that while you are drawing, you are using very light lines, okay? Nobody wants to be using a 6B pencil right now. It's not going to end well for you, I can promise you that. Is there anyone that's feeling okay with the lines they've drawn so far?
Yes.
Okay, if you are not confident with your lines, please go back with your pencil and check your angles, okay? The pencil is a tool that's not just for drawing with. We can utilize it for a lot of other things. Okay, well, you've erased all your lines, bro.
I can still see them. So.
Well, it helps to have them there, especially for your chin. Okay? Okay. So remember, we're taking this measurement and we're utilizing it. So we're going to move this one, go over. So it looks like the side of your face is going to be right here. Okay? Good. Now, so that's where the measurement would end, but I know for a fact that it's getting a little deeper. So this is where you're drawing that line. Does that make sense? Stop. Yep.
I don't like it.
We're gonna fix it. So we were gonna do this during studio art and you forgot. Remember how we feel like his nose is too small?
Oh, that messes up my vision.
A little bit. But we're not gonna worry about the nose right now. We're gonna wait on that. I'm gonna adjust your chin though. A little bit more here. Now, if you look right here, though, you have it coming really pointy, but there's almost a straight line right here.
Okay.
So,
I'll make it a little farther out.
and on this side, I don't think it needs to be that far out. Curve a little bit more here. This side. Wow, that projector's just going real loud. Feel better? Yes? Can't find the video. Oh! You okay? Are you okay? It blocked you? Okay, hang on. Let me check everybody's chin and then I'll come around and help you. Hey!
I checked this one, so which is good.
If you guys at this point are kind of catching my method, as you continue going up to the ears and the side of his head, it's all the same thing you just did for the chin. Okay? What you're going to do before you do anything else, though, is you're just going to mark the spot before you draw your line and double check your measurements. So if you feel comfortable right now moving on and doing like the cheekbones, so we're only focusing on the side of his head, okay? We're not doing the ears yet. Okay? Are we moving the nose down? Okay.
That's right. Go jump.
Okay. Where are you right now? You're on your nose? Okay. We know that these are the spots for the eyes, right? Okay, so what you're going to start doing is you want to trace the line here first. Trace your line here first. Then you're going to mimic that line here. Okay?
There we go.
But this line indicates that if your eye is right here, no, it's going to be up.
Oh my god.
Right? Okay,
You see,
so
that's
right
only
here.
because they can be any size, man. And a shirt.
Oh, wait,
So
hold
trace it
it.
on here and then try to measure here and then I'll come back.
You know, they're like balls.
It's because he's at home.
What does that make a little difference?
Like it.
This fly.
I don't feel like you're giving him
Yeah,
Sir, what did you say? Oh my god.
Do you think his chin is going to...
Look at my head.
Okay, which one?
no.
I said, look at
This morning, I'm up there.
Yeah.
I mean, got the Avenger. I'm working on the short chills.
You wanna? I was actually looking at Germany tanks. I was like, all right, I'm over here strategically planning out these lame damn tanks. All right, let's put the cool tanks from the lame tanks, and now I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna I'm gonna buy the US flag and just slap it on Germany tanks and be like, hey guys, I got the USA version. I'm a German spy. Wait.
One being the outer,
the other side
Hey yo,
before you being so two.
Bucky, kill that guy.
This is Carter.
Yeah.
Ethan, two, one.
The one in the middle? Yeah.
We can explain.
Hey!
Nice.
Oh, see, there you go, Gordon. That looks good. So now we're moving upward, right? And we're going to, again, do this section by section. So I'm only going to focus right here, okay? When you look at the drawing, what's happening with this line?
It's like squiggly.
It's curving like a bow.
It's a curvy line, right? So I know that it's going to start here. Now I just need to mimic the line that I see. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing over here, but this guy's tricky because it's not going to land straight up here. It's going to be almost to the side. How are you doing, Skulski? Do you need me to come look at it? So have you guys ever seen those things where it like will give you 3 different pieces of a human face and like you have to match them? So you only see the eyes, you only see the nose, you only look what we're doing right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? It's the same thing. If you take a face and you section it off and you work on only those sections at a time, this will be a lot easier for you to obtain full circle. I'm already seeing a lot of improvement from you guys, so that's awesome. Okay, are we ready to get up here to his forehead?
I am.
Ooh, this part is the hardest part, in my personal opinion. So, what you're going to want to do is I know that the background is really black, okay? But you can see an indication of hair right here. So if I were you, I would take your pencil and I would trace it. Let me see if I can show you what I mean.
Like the outline
Like
was there?
the shimmer. Oh, there it is. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to go in and draw that line so you can see where the hair stops. Because the hair does not stop right on his ear. It stops slightly behind it, right? So get that line drawn in first. And if you feel like you need to do it again on the opposite side of his head, please do so. It's only going to help. And I just did. So you can kind of see it on this side. There you go. Ooh. Oh, that's a good angle, guys. Look at that. Sweet. Okay. Are we ready to move on? You guys feel good?
Yes.
I'm sorry that you don't feel
I'm
good.
feeling adequate.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay. Same process for the chin. We're only focusing right here. Okay. You're going to want to make sure that we always trace it first. So I'm going to trace the hairline because that's the line we're going to focus on very first. Okay. So, if we look right here on the ear, and no, we have not done the ear yet, so no panic. Do you see how I have started with this line here?
Mm-hmm.
But the hairline snakes right behind it, right? So on mine, I'm going to match that. And then I'm going to start to come up. And I want to make sure that I put this little indent right here. So I'm going to stop what I'm doing and I'm going to measure. Find something to measure that matches that. So then I take it from my drawing and I go over here and I mark, okay, so this is where it's going to indent. And that's right here. Okay. So we're going in. And then this kind of bows to the top. And we already have a marking for the top because we did it earlier, right?
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and take that line. And I'm just going to do my very best to match the hairline. Notice I'm drawing really lightly right now, which I highly encourage you do the same.
Really lightly.
Yes. I'm not an English teacher. I don't care if that's not proper English.
No, you said you wanted us to say it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Say
So
it
I
out
just-
loud. Draw really lightly.
Really lightly.
There we go. Like only 2 of
I
you do it.
wasn't
I know,
judging
just-
you.
No, you're fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
He's not sorry.
I was getting saucy.
He was just
It's
one of
fine.
those people who was like, you know,
He's a goody two shoes.
Oh wow, Brown.
What?
Just throwing shade
You know,
everywhere.
She's
He
right. I am a
acted
bit of a
like
Boy Scout.
he acted like he forgot about me yesterday.
You guys,
So
that
I'm
takes
really mad at him.
that takes a lot of self-confidence and like understanding of yourself to be able to admit what you just admitted. So that's awesome.
Wait, what'd you do?
He said he's a bit of a Boy Scout.
I am. I volunteer at the Soup Kitchen on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
That's so cool. I volunteer there on Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day's the best because everyone's happy.
I
It's not
know.
sad, it's not as depressing.
I know. It's so fun.
Everybody's only happy because there's food.
Yeah, it's fair. These people.
Well, it's just my husband and I, and sometimes we don't want to go to all of our family Thanksgivings because those can get crazy.
Yep.
So we choose to do our own like little thing.
Thanksgiving is always a fun.
3 Chromebooks. The Chromebooks are currently in room 122, so if there are any available, then yes. Okay, are we ready to move on to the other side?
I am.
Wonderful. Okay, same process. We gotta draw the line in of that hair first so that you get comfortable with what lines you're looking at.
Starts to make the cheek.
And come down. Okay. So I am now going to match what I see.
He looks like a weird looking Frankenstein type thing.
Well, you're
That's me.
the one drawing him.
Oh.
Look
So
at that,
Oh.
Mrs. Carter.
Oh.
I don't know if I
just
messed up or
saying. I think you need to work on this side of his face. Yeah.
Toasted.
Exaggerate your features.
It looks like he got in a really bad car accident with a warped head.
Well, that's because we've only drawn the hairline.
You just need to trust the process.
How many times have I said that to you
This
guys?
is like an extremely weird process because I've never drawn like this before. Do you draw like this all the time?
This is the most accurate way to draw a face, yes.
Really?
Okay, how about that? Is that
It's
better?
time consuming, but
Better,
it's
yes.
good.
Cool.
Once you do it more often, it will become like second nature and you'll just whip it out really fast.
Yeah.
And now when I paint, I usually literally just do this. So I'll like have my brush out, I'll measure, and then I'll just swipe it right on my paper.
Is that what they taught you in college?
And your arm is always straight because if you have the right angle here, you literally just bring it over and you have the right angle there.
Yes.
Does that make sense? So if the right angle is like this,
I prefer Family Guy.
okay, if my arm is straight, I bring it over and I have the exact same angle. So your arm is an extension of your tool. Does that make sense?
I think so.
And we'll try it. We'll try that technique. We'll use the easels and we'll go like out where we have space to draw each other. And you will focus on those kinds of things. It's tough, but it works. Okay, are we ready to move on to the ears?
I am.
Okay, looks good. Okay, I need you all to focus really quickly on the fact that some of you might need to readjust how tall you've put this line. Some of you have it almost right above the eyebrows. He doesn't have a 3 head. Okay? So you need to make sure that you have adequate space above your eyebrows. So it should be a nose length above your eyebrows. Okay? And I'm telling you that now so that you can adjust it before we move on. Skulski, do you need help? I'm happy to come look at it, or I can just stay here. Whatever you need me to do. Yes, Brown? I'm coming for you.
Like Beauty and the Beast, but she's a murderer.
I don't know how I like feel about it. Only because that looks like an old grandpa.
Okay, the line doesn't need to be as... Because that's why you feel like you look like a...
Sir,
That makes more sense.
need that.
Okay.
And then here...
Like one of those like toy vending machines where they have a claw hand going down to get the thing.
Like they touch it, they grab it, and start lifting it, just twist it.
Yes.
But does this sound like
If I cannot exaggerate as much pain in the world,
Yeah, I think that will
You
help.
should choose them too.
My God.
Yeah.
That?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Mrs. Carter.
You're welcome.
Hades.
Let's look at it.
Sir, my feelings are hurt. I think you need to pay some fines for hurting my feelings. I'm taking you to court over this. Yeah, his face is completely warped. Horrible. Horrifying.
Does that look like me?
Straight down.
Looks like a very grown, mean man.
Kind of curves a little, doesn't just straight down.
Yeah,
You don't look
my
like a
stuff
whole
is
grandpa
asymmetrical.
anymore, guys.
That's for sure. You got what?
I don't know what this is.
You don't look like
It's a line, left lines, and
Yay! Let's get in his ears.
That looks like Frankenstein now.
I'm good.
Okay.
dying.
It's the exact same thing we have been doing. Where does the ear start? Does it start on top of this line or below? Below. Okay. So below, you're just going to draw the little earlobe. Then, before you go any further, let's check and make sure how thick our ear needs to be. So really quick,
I said